And as people from the Pacific and people who are stewards of the islands in Oceania, it's important for us to know the lands where we stand on even today. So today I want to acknowledge that we are on Tongva territory. And I want to say that what that means to me is really trying to listen to the stories of the land. I've been looking at flowers and trees a lot because I think the land is going to be here longer than we are. And sometimes I feel people are very complicated, but the land and animals are not. So they're a lot funner in some ways. But I love people because people are so joyous. So this is actually a project I did at my previous job. I worked at the Burke Museum of Natural History in Seattle. And because of COVID, I was fortunately laid off last month. And so now I'm a free agent. So if you want to do stuff, please hire me. But I wanted to do this because this is a project that we did at my work, and I wanted to bring it here because I thought it's a great way to connect folks during COVID time. It's a great way to learn and and also challenge yourself, because I know we have a lot of competitive folks here. I think everyone here is competitive in some point because you wouldn't be here if you're not. So I thank you so much for honoring that part of yourself. So, oh yeah, Tiningo means knowledge and learning. So thank you for learning with us here and going on my learning journey too. Since I am from Guåhan, I'm going to have the first question from Guåhan because that's who I am. So the Marshall Islands are made up of 5 islands, which can be divided into 2 chains, the Roldy chain and the Ratak chain. And I just kept on going up there, right? Okay, so let's go see the leaderboard for this round. So thank you again for exploring Micronesia with us through flags and islands and geography. Once we see, okay, we've got Missy Seal is still leading with, and then Janice W and Kiko. Again, it could be anyone's game. Thank you, Kawhi, for joining us today. And Peter G, you're new here too, so. Oh, and Mickey just said that PIEAM has been gifted a rice stone and it's in the sculpture garden. Again, once we open, we all have to see it. It's really beautiful. I get to see it here and I feel very grateful. But yes, beautiful treasures here at PIEAM. Okay, so now speaking of PIEAM, the next couple questions are about an exhibit here called Belonging. So I decided to do that because I'm here with all these ancestors dancing away by myself. And so I wanted to share with you some of the things about these pieces. But we're talking about materials. Like what are a lot of these objects and ancestors made out of? So that's going to be the theme for this one. So, and all the photos in it are actually taken in the space too. Okay, look at her. Look at that stance. Okay, one type. Oh, Isio, did you have something? Okay. So one type of traditional Yapese dress are voluminous skirts in wonderfully bright colors, usually yellow, green, purple, red, and blue, as shown here. Most might think the skirts are made of grass, but are actually made up of this other material found on the island. Again, one type of traditional Yapese dress are voluminous skirts in wonderfully bright colors, usually yellow, green, red, purple, and blue. Most might think the skirts are made of grass, but are actually made of this other material found on the island. Is it banana, hibiscus, coconut, or pandanus? She looks so like sassy. I want to go out with her, don't you? Like, I tried to dance with her and she won and she just stood there. And so it just sometimes when you stand still, you can be very powerful, which actually is true in a lot of ways. Oh, but anyways, so let's go see what the live answer is. We got, it's pretty across the board, banana, hibiscus, coconut, and pandanus. Congrats to those who said hibiscus. That is what it's mostly made out of. And one thing too, I was gonna add it to this trivia, but maybe later. But it takes about, to get these strands, you have to soak hibiscus bark in the sea for 6 months, and then you strip it. So that's a lot of power and intention. And so next time you see it, it's yeah, not grass. Never say grass skirts. We don't use grass skirts. We use other things, come on. Okay, storyboards are an art form from the islands of Ablao. For centuries, Belaoans have embellished the inside and outside of their meeting houses, known as bai, with carved wooden planks using a native tree called dort, a preferred choice due to its strength and longevity. What would be the English name of this type of wood? Is it mahogany, cedar, howwood, or ironwood? I believe for Chamorros, we call this EFIT. And if you look at the photo right now, that's actually a carved piece here at PIEAM, and it's actually telling the story of a breadfruit tree, if you look a little closely. Apparently, people didn't like her power, and so they want to cut her down. But look at her trying to save. Yes, yes, yes. It's a beautiful piece. It's pretty long, too. It's like 6 feet, maybe? Ironwood. I know, I'm just like, would it be too obvious? Iron, you know, strength, longevity, but I guess, but yeah, also called EFIT, so.
I gave you a hint. Where's Cousin Jan? Did you see? Cousin Jan, I gave you a hint on that.
I thought you hinted where?
On the chat.
Oh no, I didn't even look at chats. Okay. Anyway, I thought ironwood, but then I didn't know what howwood was, so I took a guess. Yeah. But ironwood is on Guam, but I didn't know EFIT was ironwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
interesting. I'm learning.
You're
learning today.
Learning.
Papa's gonna come back and pinch you.
I'm gonna look at my chats here. What do you have in here?
That's right.
I better keep my chats open so I can see what's going on. Oh well.
I really appreciate
That's all right.
everyone.
I better. One more, right?
You're doing all great. You're doing great again.
Whew.
Again, a lot of this knowledge was not given to us, and so right now we're relearning ourselves. So we got to be patient and show ourselves compassion, because again, we're working through a lot. So, but this is it should be informal, and also it's nice to know a little trivia when you go do like a small talk or dates and stuff, right? Like, did you know? I like, did you know? But I mean, let's go keep on going. I'm sorry, you're not here to hear me talk. You're here to trivia. So.
Trivia. All right.
I'm excited that you're here. I'm just excited you could have chosen anything else in the world, and you chose to be here with us today. So I appreciate all of you. Okay, we got our last question in this round. And this is the piece that actually I had been gifted to respond to by Auntie Fran, and this is called a machi. So machi are fine weavings from the 5 islands in Yap. They are woven to honor chiefs and leaders, and are also used in funerary rites as an expression of immense love and loss for someone. They are made of 2 natural fibers. One is hibiscus. The other is what is the other? Is it banana, breadfruit, coconut, or pandanus? And one thing too, this is just one of the machi. There's about 53 of them. 53 of them in the museum, and so it's going to take me a little bit of time to say hello to everyone, but thank you, Auntie Fran, for the challenge. And I saw another clue. Auntie Fran's not giving clues out. So.
Oh, I've already answered. I already answered.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh gosh.
So we got a banana.
Now I know I'm wrong.
Coconut. Banana, breadfruit, coconut, pandanus. The correct answer is, get your potassium. It is banana.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really cool. So actually there's a loom upstairs that still has the 2 fibers in it. It has hibiscus and banana. But I know Auntie Fran told me that sometimes they use like fishing wire because it lasts longer. So I like how people become very resourceful. As long as the intention is there, right? We're still making stuff. It doesn't matter how we're using it, right? Again, the kiwi is a national symbol of New Zealand, or Aotearoa. The Maori traditional believe that kiwi were under the protection of Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest. In fact, all the birds and all the trees of the forest were regarded as Tane's children. What type of tree is Tane Mahuta? Is it makamaka, mistletoe yellow, kauri, or nikau? Also a little clue, this tree is known by the Maori name, not by the English name, which I think is really, it's really amazing. So that also gives you a clue that one of the answers is not mistletoe yellow. So I actually have a friend, her name is Nikau, and she actually is a Maori kapa maker and weaver. A really interesting story. She's Maori and she went to UH to go study kapa making because Hawaii has a stronger like history and knowledge of it. The Maori had kapa, but they don't have the pieces because they disappeared, but they have tools. So she wanted to go learn and she went to UH, the art school. But what she found was that she didn't really feel supported as an Indigenous person in UH art, which was very strange for her. A lot of the professors called kapa making very primitive, which actually makes me a little angry because it's not primitive. It's a way of understanding the world, right? But because to them, it was this like pounding, and to them that seemed like labor. And so she actually quit art school and she she learned kapa from all the aunties, which I think that's where you should go because that's what you should do. So I just wanted to share the story because, I don't know, sometimes art school is where we feel like we want to go, but sometimes your perspective gets skewed, right? I didn't go to art school. I did more community work. So that's why a lot of my work is very community oriented because that's who I want to get back to because that's who I value. And when I see you, I see me. So I think that's important. You may see it, pop up. What is the official name of PIEAM?
Right.
What is the official name of PIEAM? This is tricky. Is it Pacific Island Ethnic Art Museum, Pacific Islands Ethnic Art Museum, Pacific Islander Ethnic Art Museum, or Pacific Island Ethnic Arts Museum? The first one, A, the Pacific Island Ethnic Art Museum. No S, no Islander.
No S.
I put the S in.
I got worried for a second. I was like, I think I've been reading it enough, putting out all the I was second guessing myself. I was like, this better be right.
Well, good job to everyone. That is the last question in our round. We began with Micronesia. Now we're with a larger scope. And again, I hope today was not too bad for you. I know we went a little over an hour, but I think that might be, hopefully that's not too bad. And hopefully it's cooler where you're at too. I'm again sending you all these cool breezes from where I'm at too. But congratulations to, you know what, is the accent on the first vowel or the second one? Evatia, or is it Evotia? Evotia. It's okay because people pronounce my name wrong, so I don't it's just whatever. But I want to make sure because Evotia. There we go.
Evotia, where are you dialing in from?
Carson City, right?
Carson, California.
What? Look at you! You are the winner of our first ever Tiningo Good Time.
Thank you.
Trivia. Look at
Good
that.
guesser.
And congratulations to Peter G. Where's Peter G?
Yeah, I'm right
there we go, Peter G. calling from Long Beach as well. And Kiko, where's Kiko? Show your face, Kiko. Say hello.
Lakewood, but we're from Long Beach.
Lakewood, woo, thank you so much. Amazing, everyone. Again, all of you, hopefully you learned new things. You got validated in what you already knew. And you're curious to learn more. Again, Tiningo Time is just first out of, there's one more next week. New questions, and hopefully y'all get to dress up. The next theme is sparkle, or Nina. Nina means sparkle, and I like sparkle. So if you just wear sparkles, because we are all stars, just like our ancestors who are watching us in the sky, who guided us many years ago. Too.